Greetings, Cross Park Church. Grace and peace are yours in Jesus. Hope you and your people are able to be living in light of those truths this week. Number of things to mention for you. The first is that if you're watching this on Friday or Saturday, I would ask you to pray for your elders and your deacons. We're actually off on retreat. We are out of Charlotte. We're going to spend the bulk of, Friday and then the bulk of Saturday together, building a relationship as we seek to incorporate a number of new elders and new deacons into both session and diaconate. The importance of our relationships together is very significant for the health of the church. And so we want to spend some time investing in those relationships with one another. But then as part of that, we are going to be reflecting upon our own individual past experiences and giftings and interests and how God might be using those to help shape our future ministries. But then also we want to sort of think about those same kinds of things relative to not just our own lives, but to the church. Can we look at how God has worked in the life of Cross Park, some of the challenges we've had, some of the blessings and the beauty of life at Cross Park? How might those things, God be using those things to shape our future ministry? So as you think about elders and deacons Friday and Saturday, would love for you to pray for us, that God would unite us together in heart and in vision and in purpose, and that this would be just a really rich time that would bear fruit not only in our own lives, but also in the life of Cross Park Church. Number of other things to mention for you relative to worship. This Sunday, which is April 26th, getting ahead of myself, April 26th, we are going to conclude our study of 1 Peter by looking at 1 Peter 5, verses 12 to 14. I would encourage you, if you're able, give 1 Peter, the whole letter, a read or a listen ahead of time. It'll take you 16 minutes, maybe 17, but it's going to be helpful as we look at these last three verses in kind of a summary fashion. So would encourage you to read 1 Peter ahead of Sunday morning in preparation for worship. Would also note for you that we will be celebrating communion on Sunday morning, always rich time in our life together as a church. So that's this weekend. Next weekend, a number of things to mention. May 1st is next Friday, and that is going to be the first of the First Friday Fellowship for men. So, brothers, I want you to be aware that the first Friday of the month, there's going to be a fellowship event for us. And this first one, next Friday, May 1st, is going to be held at Nick Newcott's house. So if you have questions about that, reach out to Nick. And if I understand correctly, it's a cornhole tournament. So come on, brothers. You do need to know that I was practicing cornhole last weekend at our field day. So just saying, bring your A game, boys. Next Friday night at Nick Newcott's house. Reach out to Nick if you have questions. The next morning, Saturday, May 2nd, is Women's Prayer. So the first Saturday of every month, the women gather. Historically, it's been at Wendy Shank's house, and it will be again this month, May 2nd. So ladies, please be aware that Women's Prayer is next Saturday. And then next Sunday is the first Sunday of the month, and we're going to have brunch. So that'll be May 3rd, brunch at 9:30, and then worship at 10:30. And in the pulpit next Sunday, May 3rd, is the Reverend Dr. Chad Van Dixhorn, who is a church history prof here in Charlotte at RTS, and very excited to have him in our pulpit. He's going to begin our study of 2 Peter. So we're moving right into 2 Peter next weekend. And we'll conclude that letter by the end of May in time for Andrew to begin in June with Proverbs. Wanted you to know those details relative to next weekend. But one last comment, one last request relative to summer. As you know, summer's going to bring some changes for us. Will is departing, Jeff Nykirk is departing, and I'm going to be on sabbatical. The three of us show up almost every Sunday morning to help set up. That's not bragging or anything. That's just saying that this summer, every week, there are going to be three people that aren't there to help set up. So this summer, we have need for help. setting up before worship. So it doesn't have to be an every week thing. If there's 2 Sundays out of the whole summer that you can help set up, that would be great. That'll be additional slots that we don't need other people. So as we think about the summer and as you look at your calendar, please look and see if there are weeks that you could help set up. If it's 1 week here, if you can do every 3rd Sunday, awesome. We're going to need the help. So as you look at your calendar, please be thinking about how you might be able to help with setup. Get in touch with Will at crossparkchurch.org. And even if as the summer progresses, you realize, oh, actually, I'm going to be here that 2nd Sunday of August, I could help set up. Email Aaron. That would be very helpful. Aaron at crossparkchurch.org. So either of those emails will help us get the people that we need to make sure that worship happens every week this summer. So that's a request for Rhodey's help on Sunday mornings this summer. So grateful for the being able to do worship with y'all. And of course, it takes a lot to make that worship service happen. And so thankful for how many of us are engaged in the various aspects of worship, both setup, preparation, caring for kids, teaching kids, being in the nursery, all those sorts of things. Cross Park Church is a team effort for sure. A small family business where everybody's got to be willing to pick up the broom and sweep, and love seeing that modeled so well. Look forward to being with you this Sunday morning as we conclude our study of 1 Peter and celebrate communion together. Appreciate your prayers for the officers as we're away this weekend, at least Friday and Saturday, and really look forward to being with you soon again. Grace and peace still are yours, even after this long video update. Rest in those truths today and always, until we see each other again.